Hello, hello. Welcome to the final day for the series. Oh, sorry about that. That's not an advert. That's just my system trying to scare me. Not that the scan does much. Anyway, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a good day. Excuse me. So we'll go ahead and get started before I break down what we're going to do or tune in by getting started. All right, a little bit discombobulated. Go ahead and rub your palms together. Close your eyes and bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale. And we'll tune in with the Adi mantra Om Namo Gurudev Namo, repeated 3 times. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Ooh. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale, deeply hold the breath, pull the root lock. Exhale. All right, shake out the hands. It's a good thing tuning in isn't about your ability to sing because that would be rough for me. All right. All right, so today we're going to return to the Get Rid of Your Couldn't Kundalini Yoga meditation. And this is mostly to clear out any additional couldn'ts that came up over the last 4 days as we went through the psychic decontamination series that we put together. And then we're going to end with, I've called it naked awareness. It's basically oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. Beginner's mind. Wow, I got so many thoughts bouncing around there, like bouncing into each other and clearing my mind completely. That's a new sensation. All right, so you've probably heard about the meditation. It's a very well-known Zen meditation. It's about letting go of the story, letting go of the label. I actually really connected to this style of meditation with Byron Katie's breakdown in relation to the work that she created. And it helped me kind of just step away from labels to connect with the essence of things. So we'll be doing that at the end as sort of a culmination in being able to go a little bit deeper with our practice, step back from the labels that we auto assign, and noticing that space in between the image of whatever it is we're looking at, the object, and the labeling. So the space in between those two things. Okay, so I have dropped the tantric card that we'll be using for the Get Rid of Your Couldn't meditation. You're welcome to have this playing lightly as we move into the naked awareness part of the meditation. That's at the end of what we'll be doing today. Or you can just do it in silence. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing as far as if I'll be listening to the mantra or not. So let's go ahead and break down again real quick what the Get Rid of Your Couldn't meditation, what we'll be doing there. So eyes are closed throughout. We'll just be doing 3 minutes, same as when we started or the first time we did it. Now you're going to bring your palms up to about ear level. All fingers are up. Your peace fingers, so your index finger and the middle finger, you're going to wrap the middle finger around the pointer finger. And you can either leave your other fingers upright and extended, or you can use your thumb to lock down your ring finger and your pinky finger. I would say play around with the two, see which feels right. And if your intuition guides you to close or open as you go through, I would recommend just listening to your intuition. As always, your body is going to be your ultimate guide. If at any point you feel dizzy, you feel discombobulated, you're feeling nauseous, please lower your hands into your lap, pop your eyes open if that feels right to you, and then just center on your breath. Find your balance. You can still visualize that your hands are up in the mudra as you listen to the mantra. That is still just as impactful, but please bring yourself to your center. So focus on your breath. If you need to lay down, please lay down. Listen to your body, listen to your intuition. Okay, so mentioned eyes closed, and then of course easy pose. You can be in a chair, on your cushion on the floor. You can have your feet firmly planted on the ground and just have your hands up. I wouldn't recommend doing this lying down. I haven't tried that, so I don't know how effective that's going to be. If you do try that, let me know how that went for you, if you feel comfortable sharing. Okay, so let me pull up the timer. Go ahead and get the mantra pulled up that I dropped in the description. Okay, close your eyes, bring your hands up. Oh, and then we'll be pumping had from the navel. So had, 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 had. So the chanting and the pumping of the navel are the same. So you had, you say them together. Okay. Had, 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 had. Okay, perfect. With the mudra still held up by your ears, go ahead and inhale, hold the breath, pull the root lock. And then as you exhale, go ahead and spread your fingers wide, lift your arms up and stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Okay, and then we're gonna bring our hands back into the mudra as we lower them back to ear level. Inhale, hold the breath, pull the root lock. Sorry, there's gonna be a cat talking. Inhale, spread your fingers wide as you stretch up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Sorry, Tosha's gonna be talking at the door right now. She doesn't like closed doors. Okay, inhale back into the mudra, back to air level. Inhale, hold the breath, pull the root lock. And last time, spread the fingers wide as you raise your arms up and stretch. And slowly lower your hands down into your lap. Hope she wasn't talking the whole time. I wouldn't have been able to hear her with the music. Okay. Then I just want you to sit for a moment and notice how your body feels. Notice any shifts or any areas that are still hanging out the same way. Notice what's there, notice what's not. Just spend a little bit of time with yourself. No stories, just bringing attention to the areas. I'll be with you in a second, baby. Okay, so for this next part, we're going to shift our focus. Like I say, you are welcome to have the mantra playing if that feels right for you. I think I'm going to just bask in silence and a talking cat. So, what we're going to do is I want you to pull up an image. I am going to use a cat as my example. I know, baby. I'll open the door in a minute, I promise. I'm sorry. Okay. So you're gonna pull up the image, whatever it is you would like to use. The point here, though, is to not give it the label. Just connect with the essence. So before you label, for example, if you're using an animal, before you give them the label of a color or eyes or anything like that, I want you to just spend time with seeing the image, noticing everything that is in front of you with the image, okay? And if you notice that you're labeling it, for my example, as cat, the second I label fur or nose, beautiful little voice, okay, anything like that, step back and just hear the sound of her voice. Or a dog barking, again, don't label the bark, just hear the beauty in the sound. Same if you're visualizing a tree and leaves rustling in the wind. So don't label wind, don't label rustle, just hear the sound and notice how it feels within you. And just take note if there's a certain pull, or maybe you can feel your energies connecting or commingling. And if the image you used is something that you can put your hands on or place in your hands, maybe notice how it feels in your hands. Again, without labeling, we're in that space between the object and the label, that space in between where it's the actual essence of what it is that we're looking at, interacting with. Just be with the object. And if this brings up anxiety for anyone, if you're struggling to just be, try some tapping. Tap on your collar, the collarbone point. So if you place your fingers on your collarbone, drop them down just to where the tip of your middle finger touches the bottom of your collarbone, that spot just beneath, tap on that as you start to build the ability to just be with the object that you're visualizing or you're actively looking at. See if that helps release a little bit of the anxiety, that physical act of engaging your nervous system, allowing it to unclench and relax while you practice this. And we'll just spend a couple more moments here. And you can also tap on the sides of your hands, the the outer edge, so where your pinkies align, the fleshy part of your palm, that outside, you can tap there. You can tap both of them together, palm to palm, the edges. That's generally what I do. Sort of like an act of receiving because you're cupping your hands, right? Ready to receive. Kind of helps me receive ease, helps me to connect to receiving peace and unclenching, right? It's allowing myself to receive relaxation. It's sort of how I had to connect to it. So that's a way that you can tap the edges together. You can probably hear it. That's my palms tapping together. You can also just do it with your fingers if you prefer to do it that way. Sometimes that can be a little less conspicuous than tapping your collarbones if that's something you're concerned about. Okay, we'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. And then with your eyes still closed, go ahead and rub your palms together again, trying to stay in that space. Just notice how your palms feel together, the sensation themselves without labeling palms. Just notice the sensations of your palms rubbing together, the space in between before the label. And then bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale. And then we'll just close by saying Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. I wanted to bring these two together because I feel like it's a good way to clear out the mind of our couldn't and then step into that space in between the action and the label, or the image and the label, to kind of give us that little bit of extra breathing space in between to where we can really connect to um, our authentic awareness, that deep abiding that we're all made up of. So again, I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to drop in the comments what worked, what didn't, any other shout out that you'd like to leave, and I will see you next time.